Guys, thank you.
Round 2 of the clips, and we'll be right back after that to kind of wrap things up.
Okay.
I've talked to you about this. You guys don't set out ready to go 122 or whatever. You just want to play winning brand of baseball. So what is that to you?
That's a great question. I think it's a couple things. I think dominating the fundamentals are really important for us in terms of like what is most successful for big leaguers to do. I think you have to play a quality brand of baseball in order to be a winning team. I think wins are a byproduct in the minor leagues and the major leagues. Our wins are a byproduct of talented players playing fundamentally sound baseball, so quality baseball. So really, that's what we look for. I think we've talked about this a little bit. We were one of the youngest per level teams at every affiliate this year, and all but one had a winning record. And when we look at it, as we discussed, we don't set out to necessarily win, but we had, like Frisco and others, we had quality baseball players, talented baseball players that played a fundamentally sound brand of baseball. And we ended up winning more than we lost and ultimately winning a championship in Frisco.
I guess Josh Young will be graduating from prospect status at some point next year, but you guys have him ranked currently as your number 1 Rangers prospect. Who in that ranking though do you think has a chance to make a big jump?
Yeah, I mean, you mean just on our overall list or
the top 30? Yeah, Rangers.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, the top of the list is tough. I mean, I do think they probably have the strongest top 10 from 1 to 10 of anybody in baseball right now. With Josh Young, Jack Leiter, Evan Carter, Owen White, Justin Foscue, Brock Porter, Luis Angel Acuna, Kumar Rocker, Dustin Harris, Cole Winn, and that doesn't even count Josh Smith and Ezekiel Duran, who have graduated this year but aren't really full-fledged established big leaguers right now. I could see. I know they really like Tekoa Roby. I think Tekoa Roby's a guy who can make a jump next season. He's a right-handed pitcher who's just got really good pitch characteristics and a lot of savvy on the mound. Mm-hmm. I think Mitch Bratt is a young lefty in their system who can make a jump next year. He's kind of interesting. I know one guy that they're really interested to see. Next year I think he'll be 100%. But Dane Acker was really opening eyes before he had Tommy John surgery last year. He's come back and gotten on the mound this year. But I think they'll kind of like he's full go. But, they'll turn him loose next year.
Right.
There won't be restrictions. He'll have the Tommy John further behind him, and I feel like Dane Acker's a guy who could make a jump.
It's like you don't get chances to get these kind of arms. I mean, I didn't have any idea or any thought that we were going to be a player in this. And obviously you pick 3 and you don't pick till the 4th round to pick 109. And there's certain players that we deem as like tweeners, and he being like a high on that board. And when we had the opportunity to select him, it was like it was almost like in La La Land, because you didn't think there's any chance of that going in.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got arguably the 2 best pitchers in the draft. I mean, that's and to do
not much argument there.
To do it.
Yeah, I mean,
the way you
time
guys
will
did
tell. I mean, they're still amateurs, and they have neither of them have thrown a pro pitch. So, we feel like that. Once we, obviously taking them and bringing them to be Rangers, we think that too. But I mean, there's development left with both of them, but we think that the makings of like 2 monsters, so to speak.
Sure.
Look, who John mentioned right off the top, Baseball America has you as the Rangers' top prospect. When you hear something like that, what goes through your mind?
Man, honestly, I try not to put too much focus on that or pay too much attention to it. I mean, that's just somebody else's opinion of me. It's not my opinion of me. So honestly, for me, I try not to give it too much merit or too much value. Just kind of keep trying to do what I'm doing and worry about where I'm at right now.
What did you think of Jack's season? I mean, you just said challenge wasn't necessarily performance based.
Yeah, I think in Jack's season had some positives and it had some growing opportunities as well. I think he would be the first to say he underperformed his expectations and he learned a lot throughout the course of the season. The things that we challenged him on, I think he did a good job in terms of understanding his strengths better, where his fastball plays in the strike zone. It can play in all areas of the strike zone, but where it most effectively plays in the strike zone. and enhancing the slider. The development of the slider was a big positive for us this year because we see those two pitches as the key to his success moving forward. I think the areas in which Jack was disappointed or would like to improve upon are probably commanding the baseball and ultimately control as well. You know, command is a more refined version of control, but I think he'd like to get ahead, stay ahead, and finish a lot better. In order to finish, you need to get ahead, strike one. And I think that's an area of opportunity for him as he moves into the offseason. And a huge positive on the season as well for Jack is he stayed healthy. We shut him down for his arm fatigue at one point just to kind of monitor his workload and make sure that we weren't pushing him too hard coming off the college season. And he dealt with a little thing in his foot too that was very minor. But at the end of the year, he posted, he was healthy. And I think he had a lot to take away from the season. So
I've always thought of him as a vegetable.
I think you ought to let Cody know
Okay.
that if he got to the big leagues this next season, would his manager already be in place?
Yes.
So what just broke? You're going to hear this for the first time, buddy.
Yeah. Bruce Bochy is the new Rangers manager. A former catcher.
Is he?
Yeah.
He is. I just saw it come across my thing. I saw why you looked at your phone.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Now, this is already everybody's going to know about this by the time it goes out. But Cody Freeman, you were with us when we found this out, and you now know your big league manager when you get there is going to be Bruce Bochy.
Let's go. I'm pumped up.
The grind's part of it. I mean, that's what you got to learn how to fight through. Man, good Lord.
Yeah, that's the fun part of it too. You know, how am I gonna? My body hurts. How am I gonna get through the day? Or my swing's off. How am I gonna find a way to get a hit today and stuff like that? So that's the part.
I got to tell you,
Makes it.
I think you're the first person who's ever said that's fun. So hey, that's a big feather in your cap, buddy. So all right, so you're gonna be 24. You're at AAA. You're right on. You're knocking on the door here. Can you sense that the big leagues is in your near future, or are you just not? Are you just like, hey man, I got to be where I'm at?
Oh yeah, man, be where I'm at, but that's the ultimate goal. You know, that's everybody's goal in the minor leagues who's playing this game, grinding each and every day. You know, but no, man, it'd be a blessing, man. All the hard work, but it's all gonna work out, though. You know, you can't look too far. You look too far ahead, you start going down. So you gotta stay focused each and every day. What can I do to help the team win? What can I do to, get myself better each and every day too?